So Power Rangers fans should be excited that Hasbro is looking to make a new TV show and movie for the franchise. But with recent news that the studio that was involved with handling the project is no longer involved, that kind of has me worried and disappointed, and I think you should be too. Before we dive into that, guys, make sure to hit that like button because liking these videos lets me know that you love them. And make sure that subscribe notification bell so you miss any videos just like this one. Let's get to the news. So a Deadline reported on Tuesday that Power Rangers would now be in the hands of Hasbro's eOne and now have a focus on TV and movies. The new initiative of both film and television adaptations of Power Rangers will be helmed by creator Jonathan Entwistle, who's behind the Netflix series It's the End of the Effing World. As stated in the Deadline article, this move comes as eOne, the production banner acquired by Hasbro in late 2019, becomes more active in the development and the production of adaptations of Hasbro-based brands. A Power Rangers feature was previously in development by Entwistle at Paramount, but now the reins have been taken by eOne while Entwistle's involvement in the project deepens. Entwistle will act as conductor of a connected story universe that will bridge multiple platforms. That sounds kind of familiar. Hasbro and Entwistle's new strategy sounds very similar to Marvel and Disney's upcoming movie and streaming interconnected Marvel Cinematic Universe. TV shows that will be on the Disney Plus streaming service will be linked to the upcoming MCU movies, and even help bridge movies such as the upcoming WandaVision that will help set the stage for the sequel to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The way Kevin Feige and Disney have things set up between the upcoming Disney Plus streaming shows and the upcoming MCU movies, viewers would have to watch both of them to fully understand what is going on in the MCU. Can Hasbro and Entwistle do that with Power Rangers? Now, it's been a while, but I kind of remember Saban doing this with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the Power Rangers Turbo TV shows and their respective Power Rangers movies. While you didn't have to watch the movies to watch the shows and vice versa, the movies did have storylines to help bridge the shows from season to season. For example, 1995's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie gives the Rangers Noon and Jetty powers and Zords based on modern-day animals, from their former Dino powers and Zords. These powers and Zords are continued in the TV show, with the only thing being changed is the origin of how the Power Rangers got their new abilities changed. Turbo Power Rangers movie is the same way and introduces the entire Turbo storyline, with the characters, powers, and villains from that movie being continued into the show. So in a sense, Power Rangers has already been doing what Disney and the MCU are going to do. It's just been over 20 years since we've actually seen anything like it since then. So given that the 2017 Power Rangers reboot wasn't as well received by many fans or critics, could a TV movie strategy be successful, and what would it look like? The Power Rangers TV shows have jumped homes multiple times over the last years as the rights to the Power Rangers have changed hands. When I was a kid, the Power Rangers aired on Fox Kids, and then they moved to Disney's Disney XD channel, and then finally to Nickelodeon where it's currently being aired. There is also a comic book series from Boom Studios that has a pretty good following. I think the strategy that should go with is hopefully if both the TV series and the movies are still geared towards maybe an older demographic, as it was reported earlier this year, or if they can make a TV or show and movie that are more like the MCU and that they can appeal to both an older and younger crowd, they should use this project as a way to reboot the franchise and be an alternate of the current TV series that has generally been based off of a Japanese TV show. With the comic book series having great material to pull from with the Shattered Grid storyline, they could have a TV show that is storied around and starting with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and have movies that cover the major overarching storylines like Shattered Grid. Earlier in the year, there was news that the Power Rangers would be rebooted as a TV show with a darker and more adult tone than what has been previously made for television. During the summer, there was news that the upcoming Power Rangers movie reboot from Hasbro and then Paramount would feature time travel, an expanded Ranger team, a female lead, Lord Zed as a villain, and that would actually take place within the same continuity as the Power Rangers television shows, meaning that all the previous seasons and characters will have existed in the same world that Hasbro is bringing to the film. Whether or not they will still go through these plans is unknown at this time. So I have some reservations about Hasbro and eOne handling the project. So when the project was with Hasbro and then Paramount, I had more confidence since Paramount has the Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie franchises under their belt. Now that Hasbro is pretty much self-making the TV shows and movies with their in-house eOne production division, I don't know what Power Rangers will be like. eOne has been a part of more movies that are international, awards contenders, and also movies that have had bigger budgets but haven't been box office successes. To some, this may not be a big deal, and when looking at the past Power Rangers movies, which had smaller budgets, they were able to make more at the box office, so maybe the new Power Rangers movies may have a chance. So think about the news about Power Rangers no longer being part with Paramount and strictly with Hasbro and their in-house eOne production company. What do you think about possibly having an interconnected MCU-like TV and movie ecosystem of Power Rangers franchise and content? I mean, overall, I think the idea is cool. It would be nice to have a movie that comes out every 2 years with this big storyline, but then you can go back to the TV show and be able to have storylines that continue for, 7+ seasons. I mean, that would be awesome. I think everyone would love that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you want more videos like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe notification bell. And I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.